BPPV, benign, paroxysmal positional vertigo, and the Epley fix, the spinning that has a name and a fix. Stick with me. I'm going to show you how I diagnose it, what it means, and how to get better. This is the most common missed diagnosis by so many physicians, and the medication that they give for it. And there's not a week that goes by that I will see this condition. So hang out with me. I'm going to teach you what I know about this, and we're going to get through this all together. So what does BPP feel like? It's sudden, it's short, it's triggered by movement. So dizziness in bed, dizziness around bed, dizziness getting out of bed, most of the time is related to your ear. I said most of the time, not all the time, most of the time. Rolling, when you roll from one side to the other, looking up, lying back and tilting your head usually. And duration is intense, brief, and seconds to minutes. So this is very important. It's head position, like going to the dentist, having a scan done, tilting your head back a certain way. Yoga posture. It's not the cause of it, it's the trigger of it because your head is being moved in these positions. So what does the word BPPV mean? A lot of my patients don't know what it means, so I'm going to break it up. B stands for benign. It's benign. It's not dangerous. It gets better. It responds to the Epley. P, paroxysmal, happens sudden. All of a sudden, you'll be like, whoa, what's going on here? Positional, it happens with position, usually with either the left side, right side. You can even have it on both sides. Very tricky. Vertigo, it's the true spinning. It's a sensory feeling where the room is moving around you. Crystals in the wrong canal. So what are these little crystals? These little crystals are not something to be concerned about, meaning that we all have them. And they sit in the canal because it gets dropped from the utricle. So what happens is that these three semicircular canals, and there's a posterior canal, which senses motion. And what happens is the otoconia, this calcium crystallized, sits on top of it, and it's so small it's a grain of sand. And they belong there, but what happens is when they get dropped in there, and the fluid develops around it in that canal, in these tubes, what happens is it causes this feeling where it detects as angular acceleration. So what happens is that in BPPV, these crystals, they break loose, they fall into the canal, and they fall usually in the posterior canal. 85 to 90% are in the posterior semicircular canal, and the signal is the crystal moves with your head, the canal fires falsely. So what's happening is detecting a false detection, and the brain reads at spinning because the eyes are bouncing back and forth. So how do we diagnose it? So we diagnose it by your history. Positional, dizziness. Dizziness, when you get up, it lasts for seconds. So my patients will tell me that they get up from bed or they fly out of bed and they start spinning, or they're already used to it and they sit up and it lasts about 30 to 60 seconds. They're fine and they move okay. Or when they move their head in certain positions, like tilting their head. When I get that in the history, that's why the history is so important. So step number one is the Dix-Hallpike maneuver. So what I have my patients do, I have them sit on the table and I have them tilt their head 45 degrees, okay? I put a pillow in between the shoulder blades, okay? And then I lay the patient back with their head tilted 45 degrees, and then I'm on the right side of them. I have them look all the way to the right. And I do the same thing to the left on the opposite side. So if you have right benign paroxysmal positional vertigo to the right, when I leaned you back, tilt your head to the right, there's what we call latent. It means that the nystagmus, the movements of the eyes, are latent, they delayed. They're upbeating, they're rotary, they kind of rotate, and they rotate towards the side of the ear. That's the diagnosis, either on one side or the other side. So that's what I'm doing with my patients. It's not the treatment, it's the diagnosis. But pay attention to the beginning of it because that's the beginning of your Epley maneuver, which is the fix. I know you want to get to the fix, but bear with me because you want to know what's happening to you rather than just fixing it. Because some of my patients say they have BPV, they don't have that. And they go through vestibular therapy Epley maneuvers, they don't get better. So hang out here and understand what we're doing here. So you're not imagining this. You're not having a stroke, because we're going to talk about those red flags if you are. And it is very common after the age of 50, more often in women, and most often they're fixable with treatment. So what's the most common mistake? Antivert. My patients go to the ER or they go to their office to some doctors and they get Antivert, which is Meclizine. That's not the fix for BPV. That actually helps with motion sickness. There's no way this medication is going to break that crystal put that crystal back into place. So a maneuver needs to shift the crystal and drop it back into place. A medication is not going to work. My patients come in with Meclizine, and what happens is sometimes it dampens the dizziness response, because that's what it does. But it makes the dizziness or the BPPV last longer because it takes longer to get diagnosed because, oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. But you can't live on antihistamines, and it's not going to fix the problem. It might make you feel a little bit better. It's not the fix. So in massive symptoms, it does not fix the medication. The Epley Maneuver fixes it. This is a fix. Here we go with the Epley Maneuver. I'm going to have a video later on with a vestibular therapist that's going to show you how to do this. But for now, I'm going to explain this to you on the video so you can get a visualization of what we're doing here. So let's say you have right benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. I do the Dix-Hallpike maneuver to the right. We're going to copy the right side as we did the Dix-Hallpike maneuver. I know you're going to get dizzy, but you got to do it. So you're going to put the pillow in between your shoulder blades. You're going to tilt your head back 45 degrees. You're going to go back and you're going to look to the right. You're going to hang out over the edge, kind of looking to the right. Same 45 degrees that we did before. Hold 30 to 60 seconds. After 60 seconds on the timer, without lifting your head now, so now you're looking on the right, head still on the pillow, you're going to shift your head 90 degrees. So you're going from 45 all the way to 90 degrees on the opposite side. Okay, so now you're looking that way, 45 degrees, and that's going to be 30 to 60 seconds. So you wait 30, 60 seconds, that's your turn your 90 degrees, and then what you're going to do now is you're going to roll on to the side, and you're going to face the floor, and you're going to hold 30 to 60 seconds, and then you sit up slowly. So you're 45 degrees, it's going to trigger the dizziness, 30, 60 seconds. Then you're going to go flip again 90 degrees on the opposite side. And then you're going to stay on that opposite side, right? And then you're going to roll to your side. You're going to face down forward towards the floor. And then you're going to hold again 30, 60 seconds. And then you're going to sit up slowly. You want to do this very slowly because you need also momentum. So you don't want to do it too fast, but you want also to be done in the correct way. So momentum shifts that crystal and puts it back into place. After the Epley, what to expect in the 48 hours. Now, you just adjusted yourself. Briefly, you'll be off balance for a day or two. You want to hold and keep your head elevated for about 24 to 48 hours, about 2 pillows, not flat, 2 to 3 pillows. So to avoid flat, again, you don't want that crystal to slide back over there. And position, you want to skip the head back position and you not tip the head far back or lay flat. About 20% need a second session. So 80%, pretty good rate of fixing this. 20% need, and some need a third. And sometimes it's bilateral. So if it's bilateral, which is rare, then you can do the right side first, then you come back, and then you do the left side the next day. You don't want to do it all together because that's not how it works. You want to separate the two. Now here is the red flags. When you see the red stripe on my videos, that usually means red flags. And when the dizziness is constant, meaning that it doesn't go away, positional change doesn't even matter. That's not BPPV. BPPV is strictly position. You can trigger it yourself. Lay down, tilt your head to the right, and see if it's spinning or to the left, depending on the side. If you lose hearing, if you have ringing in the ears, if you get double vision, you need to see your doctor. If you have neurological symptoms, weakness, slurred speech, difficulty with language, call 911, get to the hospital immediately. Nausea, vomiting does not mean to go to the ER. Because if it happens where you tilt your head, you get nausea, vomiting, and it goes away after 60 seconds, that's fine. But if it's intractable and you don't feel well, then you might need to see a specialist. These are red flags, and this is something that you should talk to your doctor regardless if you develop these symptoms. So what helps at home? The Brandt-Daroff exercise, slower than the Epley maneuver, safer without a doctor. So what you do is you sit on the edge of the bed, turn your 45 degrees to one side, you lay down on the opposite side, hold for 30 seconds, sit for 30 seconds, repeat on the other side, and then you do 3 to 5 reps. I don't do this more often. I like to do the Epley maneuver, but this is something that is an alternative. Again, this is education. It's not personal medical advice. My goal is to help you have a clear conversation with your own doctor. You understand, and this is a great fix. And to pay attention to those red flags. So as educational measures, you want to see a doctor when it is serious. So a tiny little crystal, a little candle, a little crystal in the wrong place has a pattern, has a name, has a fix. Next video is anxiety-related dizziness. We talked about positional dizziness with orthostasis. Now we talked about positional dizziness called BPPV. Now we're going to talk about anxiety-related dizziness. When your tests are normal, your exam is normal, but the dizziness is still there. Brain, mind, body, one nervous system. I'm Dr. Stephen Resnick, and if you like the video, press like. If you subscribe, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Please share it with a friend. Have a beautiful day. Thank you very much for watching the video.